Hey, welcome. Thank you for being here to extrakTALKS. He's laughing at me already. Boy, this is going to be a good show.
All right. This is good. Good.
It is always good. What are you talking about? Okay. So today, thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. By the way, enable pop-ups so you can talk to the chat bot. And I still love the fact that you almost destroyed the chat bot.
Oh yeah,
you stumped him.
Yeah, I stumped it. It had a bunch of stars and little birdies over his head,
and the little number signs in his eyes.
Okay, we are working on that. We're teaching it. So it actually has some artificial intelligence. It's supposed to get better and better and better. I don't know. We'll see. We will see about that.
Well, that's kind of like are we artificial intelligence? Because we get better and better and better.
No, we're real intelligence. What are you talking about, boy?
Oh.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Okay, if your screen freezes, just hit the reconnect video or the button on the top, and it'll just bounce you out and bounce you right back in. It's just gonna refresh the screen. That's it. So this is a fun and safe place. Ask lots of questions. I don't think we have any polls today, do we?
No polls. We kind of not been doing polls. But and in addition to that, there are no tables.
I was just gonna ask.
Everybody's gonna be.
We gotta ask about tables.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we're actually disappointed.
Really?
You love tables.
I can probably eke out a table.
we might have to create a table live on one of these shows, right? Oh no!
Bring that.
I didn't mean
bring
now.
That whiteboard over here. We're gonna make ourselves a table.
I love
the whiteboard over there.
Thank you for being here. Oh, by the way, this week's winner, Sleepy-Eyed Farms.
Oh, good deal.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Hey. I like that name. Well done. Sleepy-Eyed Farms in Minnesota. They won a THC-free prize pack for participating in one of our contest programs on Instagram.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well done. Sleepy-Eyed Farms. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I like that. Good. There's a whole paragraph that Jared wrote, and I'm not going to read it. Is he going to be pissed off?
I don't think so.
Oh, good. Okay. So today we're talking about GMP Labeling Requirements. And, while we're doing that, just make sure you go in and check out all of our other podcasts and subscribe. That would be great. YouTube has a lot of things on there a lot of videos, a lot of content.
Yeah, a lot of content.
A lot of really good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a little disconcerting sometimes because when I get on calls with people, really helping them out on CBD Jam sessions, they're like, "Oh, you're Dr. Thompson." I'm like, "No, that's Dr. Thompson. I'm just the schlem on the side.
I'm the other guy.
I'm the other guy. Dr. Jon." Okay.
All right.
Live tours, CBD Jam sessions, advanced extraction guides, distillation guides. We've got more guides coming.
We do. We have an investor guide coming.
Oh.
We also have a curing guide for those of you who are planning on doing curing for your flower. We got a curing guide out there.
How fun is that?
It's being worked on. I think we have the solvent removal guide. Has that been published yet, guys? Okay, we're real close on that. So we're.
Why is April? Why is she blushing?
No,
again?
we are this close.
It is funny. Anyway, we got a lot of content.
Here's what happens in their defense. They give it back to me, and then I add another couple pages to it. And how many pages is it now? Like 30 pages? So every time
a little slight guide.
Okay, now I
just
happens.
so you know, it's not adding like 3 pages because I've seen them. It's like not only adding pages, but then you've bled on it. It's red ink everywhere else on the document.
I've been adding equations. Well, okay. Look, if you guys download our guides, if you download the guides, it's okay. If you don't like the equations, just skip to the next section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, so.
Note to self, or just prove them.
No. No proofs. No proofs.
I think that there should be a prize.
Why not? In fact, prove the equations, and yes, we'll give you a prize. It'll be great.
There you go. See? Gauntlet thrown down right there. I love it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about...
That brought me back to college. And I was sitting there, what is this professor trying to do? What is he trying to prove? And about a half hour later, he says, and that's the proof of the equation. I'm like, I don't even care about that. Like a half hour later.
This is the real education. Right
yes,
here.
That's right.
This is it.
We're gonna teach you how to extract that weed. Oh yeah.
I love it. This is bad weed.
What's that? What's that Steve D'Angelo said? He said, "Oh yeah, the mama ganja." I thought that was such a great phrase.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so, and you never want to use that phrase on GMP labeling.
No, because we're talking about real stuff here.
Okay.
I mean, this stuff is very, very important. This stuff, yeah.
GMP labeling, good manufacturing practices, labeling requirements, white label, CBD. CBD white label. And I hesitated there because it's typed as WILE label.
WILE label.
WILE label.
Wile Coyote.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Acme.
That poor Roadrunner. He, I don't know.
When he catches you, you're through. Isn't that how the song goes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, private labels, CBD labels, product labeling, GMP guidelines, GMP performance, GMP compliance. Those are all the things that we're going to do. So, Dr. Jon, what are GMP labeling requirements?
Ooh, we are going to answer that. So,
really?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're going to be talking to you today about a guide to label your product. And there's a lot of rules associated with this. There's a lot of confusion associated with this. And sometimes you really need to kind of understand what the parameters are. I don't think that, I don't have any perfect recommendations for you, in fact, and I'll get into why that's the case. But I think that there's some best practices that we're going to, look at.
I'm disappointed. I expect perfection from you.
Well, it's just not perfect. And I'll tell you,
I expect perfection demanded from you.
This is the reason labeling. Why is it so confusing? Sometimes I just have to just keep going here.
Yes, you do.
Okay, the FDA has guidance that CBD products are drugs, and products must go through the drug approval process of the NDA process.
Ooh,
okay, that's tough, right? Okay.
Yes.
But the FDA has said that the CBD products are not food or dietary supplements. So then what are people left with, right? Well, they're left with understanding what combination products are. Many states, however, disagree with the FDA's assessment, or they just don't have the wherewithal or the means to, go in and try to make all the manufacturers into pharmaceutical companies.
Okay.
And so they apply food regulations, or they'll apply dietary supplement regulations within the state.
Okay.
And a lot of those manufacturers that are in the states, those particular states are following the rules as per what they have been, the state has been required them to do. Like, for example, 21 CFR Part 117 or even Part 111. Okay. So they're following those rules. Okay. And, but they're obviously not following the rules of for example, name a drug. Percocet?
Yeah.
Okay. We all might as well go right to it.
Wow.
Let's go right down. Let's go right down to it.
Let's go.
But any non-over-the-counter drug, that you might have that you would be taking, a statin drug or whatever.
Carvedilol, lisinopril.
There we are.
Oxycodone. Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
So anyway, we're naming drug brands here. Okay, but
sorry.
The FDA is saying, okay, look, if you want a CBD brand, you have to set yourself up to comply with the same regulations that Pfizer and Merck and Bristol Myers Squibb and Eli Lilly apply to.
Wow.
Very, very difficult.
Very stringent.
Very stringent. So the states have kind of loosened that up, and because of that loosening up, it's kind of exploded. Okay. But, the FDA, basically, the FDA has enforcement capability. So they're always going out, and they have appropriated about $5 million this year to go out and investigate people, and basically go out and just make sure that they're labeling things properly. Okay.
And just so we're clear, when they say they've allocated $5 million, that means that as part of their job, it's to reclaim that $5 million by imposing fines and fees on people who have not met those requirements.
Right. So, but, if you're a manufacturer, you're thinking about getting into manufacturing, you really have to make sure that you know what you're doing on
this.
Okay.
Get it done.
There are a couple different things. Like if the FDA finds that you are mislabeled, there's a bunch of things that you need to do. So we're going to talk about those in just a second here. But really, labeling really falls under what we call a GMP, or a good manufacturing. Yep. And you can find good manufacturing regulations, in fact, in in the Code of Federal Regulations, and you have to choose which GMP standards or GMP regulations you're going to apply to your business.
Right.
So are you going to apply a dietary supplement Code of Federal Regulations? In that case, you'd have to provide dietary supplement labeling requirements. If are you going to comply with the food regulations, then you have to apply the food. Okay. Are you going to apply a drug? Are you going to become a pharmaceutical company? Well, then you have to go through the NDA process and then comply with the drug labeling requirements of the FDA. Okay.
At that level.
I think that's part 102. Yeah. So what a GMP practice is it's basically it's qualified suppliers. It's clean and appropriate facilities. It's a quality system that ensures consistent production according to specifications with controlled production based on risks. Risk assessment is done ahead of time, and production to quality standards with compliant labeling and packaging operations and testing to specifications.
So all of that means that you want to be consistent and good.
Right.
You want to do it right.
Right, exactly.
That's all this is.
Yeah, and this is really codified in a quality system. So when you start to do your manufacturing, you want to make sure that you have a quality system associated with it. Now, this is not an all-inclusive list, obviously. This is just the kind of the overall top parts. But
okay, so now
you
we're
get
jumping
yourself a
into
quality person. They're going to be
they're all over it.
Yeah, they're all over it. They're gonna do this for you. They're gonna set up your SOPs. They're gonna set up your documentation. They're gonna set up and if you have IGW Lab, which is our software and our hardware combination, it's really going to give you manufacturing execution plus some quality system and also some laboratory information management. So all those three things will be put together. So GMP quality label requirements. It must labeling must meet regulations.
Yeah.
It also must be batch controlled. So a lot of times labels will be controlled. Okay,
that's the
once they're released.
barcode,
Yeah,
right?
No. The label itself is controlled. Okay,
Oh.
so you have a drawing for that, and then typically the drawing's
very
approved,
specifically how it
and
is.
once the drawing is approved, then it can be made, and then it's made to specifications. It's inspected to the drawing. Okay, and then those things are batch controlled. The labels themselves are batch controlled. Obviously, the labels must adhere and be legible, right?
Yes.
I mean, if they're not, okay. Yep. And usually they're issued to the process, whether they're done through an MRP or ERP or a quality process that labels them and adds them to the process so that they can be labeled.
Wow.
Let me
That's
see
all.
here. Okay. What happens if my label does not comply?
What'd you do?
Oh, I don't know what I did. Yeah, I didn't do that. Okay, if the label does not comply, the FDA is the cops. You got to remember that. Okay,
What?
so yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I thought that they were just an approval agency. No, they're the enforcement agency.
Ooh.
Also. So it's serious stuff. Like I said, they appropriated $5 million. You can go and find warning letters to CBD companies. In fact, I would go onto the website. There's the FDA website. You can go ahead and take a look, and your lawyer can basically go through and look through all those warning labels and that warning letters, and that will inform you very nicely for how you
What
are
they're
to
looking
create.
for.
Yes, exactly.
Don't
basically,
do that.
they're looking for a couple things. They're looking for mislabeling or adulterated product. Okay. Here's the consequences, though, if you don't do it right. I mean, you're going to have to recall the inventory that's out into the market. So suppose you have a distribution, right, and you have 10,000 pieces out there, and you want to you find out that it's mislabeled, or you guys catch it via your internal quality. You're going to have to recall that. Okay, it's better to catch yourself than it is to be caught.
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
So even the best people I think out there, are, people make mistakes and they get caught, right? Okay, so you got to make sure that they're, but that's costly because you got to recall it and then you have to rework it, and then usually there's you have to rework their stock. So, what is misbranding and adulterated? A lot of the letters that come out.
I was just going to ask that.
Yeah,
just so you know.
Basically, false or misleading representation on the label, like whatever. If you have, cures cancer.
This has 500 milligrams in it, and it's 12.
That could be, that could be a lot of different reasons why that is the case. It could be an analytical reason. It could be the fact that, like maybe the analytical lab that they've sent it to didn't have the right methods or they weren't validated. Okay, so that's a very complicated thing. But I would say that they're looking at the labels and they're looking at the claims and they're looking at, okay, is there any misleading representation or any kind of misleading label on there?
This will cure cancer.
Yeah, and they have all kinds of, they have examples of this. If you go into the federal regulation, the code, you'll be able to see that there's examples of what they mean and how they're going to enforce it. Okay, naming, for example, naming that emphasizes one ingredient to the exclusion of other ingredients. That's one thing that's specifically called out. Adulterated, what adulterated product is if it contains a substance that it has, it has bugs or it has filth in it or it's putrid or it was proven to be made in unsanitary conditions. Those are the types of things that would be considered adulterated. So if there was a customer complaint that came in and somehow the authorities were made aware of it, and then they came to your facility and they looked at your facility and said that, wow, this has been made in unsanitary conditions, that could generate an adulterated product warning label or warning letter from the FDA.
And the defense cannot be what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
No, I don't think so. That's not an appropriate defense. But yeah, so that's kind of what you got going on there.
Ew.
So I'm going to kind of step into what is labeling. A lot of, we're hitting some real basic stuff here, but this comes right from the FDA website. Labeling is defined as all labels, written, printed, graphic matters on any article or any of its containers or wrappers or accompanying such article. Let me see here. Depending on the circumstances, labels may include packaging, product inserts, websites, and other promotional materials. Ooh. Wow.
What?
Bingo.
So the labeling is extended, not just packaging, but product inserts, websites.
Yeah, here's what a lot of people don't understand.
Wow.
So I have a product, and I sell it to somebody, right? And they take that product and they say, wow, it cured my cancer. They go onto your website and they start blowing it up on how it cured cancer.
Ooh.
That becomes a mislabeling,
because it's on your website.
Because it's on your website.
Even though it's not you.
Yeah, it's a false.
You're allowing it to be there.
Yes, it's a false claim.
Oh.
You can't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so promotional materials.
Now, you can put our podcast on your website and say, this will make you have a better day.
Yeah, we solve the problems of rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, that is a drug.
We do?
That is a drug claim.
Oh.
Okay, and you can't put that on your package, okay? Nor can you have people saying that about you. You cannot have written published material that says, hey, this cures cancer, this whatever.
Oh, see, I
this
thought you were talking
cancer,
about this podcast specifically.
Cures pain, no, I'm not. Jeez. You are special form today. I'm all fine with that. Okay, here we go. So let's. Okay, so this is just to give you a little. What we're going to do now is we're going to kind of go over the aspects. A lot of people do lotions and creams and things like that when they add CBD into the product. Okay, they'll do like serums, cosmetical type of ingredients, shampoos. I've seen deodorants with CBD and stuff in it. Okay, that kind of stuff. I'm going to go over some of the label requirements specifically for cosmetics. Now, this analysis would change slightly for like dietary supplements, and it would change a lot for like drug facts panels and for like pharmaceuticals. So you can see that depending on what your product category is, the labeling requirements will change according to the FDA specifications. So what I'm doing in this podcast right now is just making you guys aware that first of all, there are different rules for different products. And number two, you have to decide, check what your state, how your state regulates you, check what they consider to be the food, check what your ambitions are for, national distribution, right? If you're going to,
sure.
And then make sure that you're compliant, and then always get good, sound legal advice and review of your labels.
Yes.
So just to go over the basics.
Just so you know, the Pavlov's OCD made me want to just go out and start putting lotion on my hands.
Oh, yeah.
After looking at this slide.
Oh, yeah. Look at that coconut oil. Wow, that's pretty sweet, isn't it?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Soothing coconut.
Okay. Most people don't know who Pavlov was.
Pavlov.
Yeah.
Pavlov's dog.
Yeah, he formed one of four major areas of psychology.
Really?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Just let you know that.
Yeah, ring a bell. It makes you salivate.
Yeah.
Right?
Ding. Yeah, if you're a dog. Time for dinner. Ding, ding.
What do you mean if you're a dog?
Okay. So product type, brand name's got to be on there. Product type, that's that's a description of the product, directions of use, manufacturer, and the address and all that stuff, the net contents, and then other symbols, period after opening, and then a list of ingredients. Now I'm going to go through some of the requirements for each one of these items, and then we'll kind of come back to this picture.
Wait. What is INSI?
That is the
an abbreviation. That's what that's called.
Yeah.
INSI for you include the list of ingredients.
No, that is a specific.
You forgot an N by the way.
No.
Ingredients.
No.
Diet.
No, that is a specific list that's found in the Code of Regulations, and they give you the names for the ingredients, and those have to be on there.
Gotcha.
on that list. Okay,
got it.
All right. So here's the components of the label. You have the principal panel.
Okay.
Very simple, right?
Yep.
Not really, because I'll show you why. Okay.
Sure. You just led me down that path.
Identity label. Okay. Name of place of business and declaration. Oh, this is no problem. We're going to do this. No problem. We can do this with a crayon. It shouldn't be a problem. No, but it ain't going to work. I tell you. Okay. There's all kinds of rules in there. You got to go into the regulations. Okay, if it's a square package, it's required to have the principal display has to be on one side. It can't be on the bottom. It can't be on the top. If you are cylindrical, they have a height to width ratio that you have to comply with in terms of that. But if you have an oblong or other type of pseudo-cylindrical package, it's 40% of the surface area.
Pseudo-cylindrical.
Yes, that's right. And obviousness of principal display area is required. And then no labeling on the top and bottom.
Oh my gosh! To build a label, you got to be an engineer.
Okay, I think it's actually a really good idea for you guys to make drawings for your packaging labels.
Oh yeah, but not with a crayon.
Yeah, so no, not with a crayon. You can start with a sketch.
You dissed the crayon moments ago.
What I recommend you do is you actually have a drawing for it. You have a dimension drawing. All your fonts are because they have requirements on how big the font has to be. They have requirements on how much surface area you have to cover, where it is, where it's located, all that stuff. So have your engineer draw yourself picture your package, the 3D model.
Yep.
Have them apply the label to it, okay, and have them put the specifications for the label on the drawing, and then have a separate set of drawings just for the labels.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you have the label, and then the label drawing affixed to the package, everything dimensioned, so you know. Okay, look. If you're going to have anybody co-pack for you, or you're going to have you have to have those drawings.
Do it.
If you don't have a good drawing package, you don't got it. Okay, so here it is. You got to have a drawing package. Okay, so identity label, common or usual name of the substance.
What is it?
That's what is it, right? Okay, and if you don't have that, it's an or statement. You can also substitute some sort of illustration. Like someone, with their, if you're doing shampoo or whatever, you know what I mean?
Sure.
They're putting lotion on their hands. Okay, that's one thing. Descriptive name known to the public, or also it has to be bold type and it has to be on the principal display. It can't be somewhere else. It's got to be. It's got to be right display. There. So these are the rules that if you go read the Code of Federal Regulations. In fact, there's like a couple paragraphs on this identity label. You need to have that identity label.
I like your color choices.
Yeah, do you really?
Yeah, they're very nice.
Okay, name and place of business. You would think that this is very simple. That's fine. It probably is, but a lot of people co-pack, and so they're left with the question: well, what address do I put on there, right? Yeah. So if you're co-packing, you should have this statement: manufactured for your name of your company. If you're co-packing, right, by the name of the co-packer with their address on it. Okay, so that's something that you need to think of. You have to have.
You don't have to have both.
No. If you're managing, if you're manufacturing it, obviously you have to have the company name on there, the address, the city, state, and zip. A lot of times people want to try to find ways to reduce the number of words on their package, and so there are some rules that you can apply that are in the Code of Federal Regulations that allow you to like omit things if they are published elsewhere. So one thing that I was kind of interesting, if it's published in the phone book, you don't need to add the
Please
address.
see phone book.
And I'm like, the phone book? What's the phone book? I never heard of that. Those are those things,
They don't exist
those
anymore.
books that you get that don't even exist anymore. So, yeah. So, maybe they should update that regulation. Say if it's listed on, Google My Business or Bing My Business or whatever.
That would be easier.
So anyway, but it has to be in English. I mean, you'd think that would be, okay, whatever. It has to be in English. It's good that it's specified. And then export labels have their own requirements. If people are thinking about going out and exporting to a foreign country, which would be anywhere outside the United States, for us at least, you got to look at the regulations of the country that you're importing to. So yeah, maybe an English label would work, and maybe it wouldn't. You have to check on that. Okay. So declaration of ingredients. Ingredients must be listed in descending order of predominance. That means So the
water.
Yeah, if that's the main ingredient,
Sugar.
70%, then you got that's on top. That's the first one. Okay,
Yep.
A lot of people wonder, okay, these are not in alphabetical order, or is there a specific order? No,
In
they have to
descending
be.
order of predominance.
Yeah, so you typically would have a list of ingredients, and then you'd have a weight per weight percentage of each of those ingredients, and you would sort by that category, weight per weight percent, and the highest one goes on the top, and that's the first ingredient that goes in your list.
That would be fun just to do labels.
Yeah.
On a show.
Yeah, we get our crayons and our
just start going through. Look at this.
Okay, I was going to put up a whole bunch of people's labels, but I thought, you know what? I don't want to do that because why would I? Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Well, I don't really know.
I think we might do that in
they...
outtakes while we're drinking bourbon and scotch.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you guys in?
No, I actually started. I started that whole thing. I was like, I'm going to do this label. And I'm like, this should. But I don't really know, what regulation they're applying, for example. And so you really gotta know that. So the other thing is must be conspicuous and readable. 1/16 inch tall. So again,
a 1/16 of an inch tall is conspicuous and readable.
Well, that's the minimum.
Okay, with my glasses on, maybe.
And then maybe get I know you sit there with one of those big
magnifying glasses.
A fixed tag tape card can be used in space, so in place of a lot of it. So a lot of times you see that where you rip it off, and then they have big long.
That long. Yep.
In
multiple languages.
Very small.
Awesome. Well,
font.
It can't be less than a 1/16 of an inch.
I don't know. I think there are other rules for the tag and cards.
Oh, geez.
So active ingredients must be declared. So this is where a lot of people get in, like with pharmaceuticals. Yeah. Is it a pharmaceutical or is it a drug product? Okay. If it's a drug that you're adding to the pharmaceutical or the cosmeceutical or there's no such thing as a cosmeceutical. I said it. Sorry. The cosmetic. It's not a cosmeceutical. It's considered a drug by the FDA, and you have to go through, the NDA
Nutraceuticals
process.
are real things.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. Are they?
I don't know. I just wanted to throw you off.
Active ingredients must be declared anyway.
Declare them.
There are rules. That's the main thing that you need to take away. So if you are using any kind of an active over-the-counter drug ingredient, there are things that you have to have on your package. You have to have a number. You have to have a registered drug with a number. You have to have you may have to have a drug facts panel. You have to,
Red
at the very minimum,
5.
at the very minimum, you need to have, the active ingredient listed.
Wow.
There are also rules related to, specifically calling out ingredients that are used for flavors and fragrances in this. So if you want to really get into it, I suggest go find somebody else's label, copy it, add your stuff to it. And then go back and say, hey, I'm going to change this out, and then go send it to your lawyer, have your lawyer review it in light of the state regulations that you're complying with.
Gotcha.
All right.
That's quantity of contents.
That's quantity of contents. Oh, you must use pounds or ounces or gallons or fluid ounces. In other words, volume and weight. You need to use the English system. Yeah, I'm going right to the bottom point there. But again, there are rules on font size. The net weight of the product or counter product must be on the package and has to be in a certain area. So go read the regulations, and you have to, and they have to have a certain font size. They have to be bold. They don't give a font type or anything like that.
What?
No, they don't. They don't.
But Veranda.
Yeah.
Arial.
Something like that.
Calibri.
So that's just kind of an
Bookman.
overview. Also, if you have any kind of warning, so aerosol products or any kind of other products or combination products, the rules are that the safety must be established, otherwise it would be deemed misbranded. Otherwise, you have to have a warning label on it. Okay.
This product will destroy the ozone.
Yes, exactly. Or the safety of this product has not been determined, or
You
the
at your own
FDA,
risk.
the FDA
You are
has
so
not
screwed.
approved this for use, or has not assessed the label here, for safety or whatever. There's a lot of different labels, but this particular words come right out of the FDA Code of Federal Regulations here.
Caveat emptor.
Warning: safety of this product has not been determined, quote unquote. So I think you're safe with that one.
Caveat emptor. You can just use that.
No, I think you have to have that specific statement on there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you say caveat emptor, I don't think they're going to know what you're talking about. Buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
All right, caveat emptor.
You are about to die.
All right. Tamper-resistant packaging. That's kind of interesting.
Shrink
that's
seal,
on there.
tape seal,
It's got to be.
sealed
It's got to be
cartons.
tamper evident.
Oh.
So if you have a sealed
Unless you're
carton-
really skilled.
Yeah, like unless you're really skilled, you can take it off. You're gonna kind of expand it under heat, and pull it off. Okay, use it, drink it. Okay, whatever. No, I don't think so. That's not. That doesn't happen. So tape seal, sealed carton, indicator must be distinctive by design. In other words, if you have to have a line there or something that you can show that, hey, this is a seal, it's broken, yeah.
And if you do that, put the little tab on the top, because I hate those little aluminum things that go on the top, and there's nowhere to grab on. Don't you hate that? I mean, but some of them have that little tab you can pull up and...
Oh, are you talking about the heat shrink one?
Yeah, the little... And
Oh,
it goes
yeah,
on
I
the
know
top,
that.
and you can't pull it off.
Yeah, I think this is pretty nice. 'Cause
Well,
then you
that's
don't
nice.
have to, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that
That's
works.
water. Okay.
Sorry.
Pretty soon they're going to make us do that with our coffee that we brew. Oh, you got to have a warning label on there, ingredients and net ounces,
Well, it
tamper
is
evident
horrible.
on the top.
That's why I bring my
Is that
own.
one tamper evident?
It is,
see there.
because it's got my slobber on it.
Okay. All right. So what about all the other icons?
Oh, boy.
People love to have icons on their package. There's an icon
when
for
I talk to people,
everything.
you are an icon for many.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, thank them.
All right, so USDA organic. This is no joke, guys. If you are USDA organic, what that means is that you've had a third-party body come in and look at your label, look at your products. They review your processes. They say, okay, this equipment is useful only for organic. Everything is all the sanitary has been looked at. Just making sure that you're keeping the organic products away from the non-organic products. Okay. So that's a USDA organic seal. If you use the seal and you're not organic, you can be fined up to $11,000 per instance.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a big deal, and there are rules for what you can do and what you can't do. Shelf life, or PAO.
Period after opening.
That's correct.
Right?
Man, you did it.
I was listening.
Okay. Shelf life. Okay.
You guys
so,
are the most surprised that I
PAO.
actually listened, aren't you?
Hey, can you get the BBE?
No.
Best before end.
Of era.
I don't remember what it is. BBE. Oh, I put the little O in there for like a little reminder, but I don't know. Okay. Look, it's a best before date. I don't even have to know. Okay, so refer to the insert. There's like a little guy with the book, and these are icons. I didn't have time to throw all the icons in there, but there are literally like
I just read an
there are
article
15 or
about best
16 different
before dates,
icons.
and I just read an article about best before dates.
Yeah, that's a USP.
And it's the time
regulation.
with which manufacturers are willing to guarantee
freshness
the
or
quality of
right.
the flavor. It's not necessarily an expiration. Mm-hmm. So it's still good for eons after that
So
date.
this would be best before date 1 hour from brewing.
Yeah, exactly. Because then it gets
BBO.
cold.
Hey, where are our crayons? We got to mark this coffee up.
Exactly.
Shelf life. You know what? I'll admit, I kind of like cold coffee. I mean, I'll drink cold coffee. I like, a lot of people like, oh yeah.
I think that runs in our family.
I like iced lattes. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I'm talking about cold coffee that's just kind of sat there for like a long time and gotten really cold. And just like room temperature. And
not a latte, just
no, that's pretty good.
Cold coffee.
It makes me,
when you look at it, it's got that little film on the top.
It harkens back to a more simple days back in graduate school.
Oh, jeez. Where's the music?
Okay, let me see here. Shelf life, PAO, best before date, refer to, insert. These are all icons. You too can have those icons on your packaging, and it will look sharp.
Yes, it will.
Okay, now there are some other great items that you can add to the packaging that will also make you look sharp, but you need to have different certifications. So if you want to have some really cool environmentally responsible packaging stuff, you have to go to Green Dot and they'll get you the certification. Okay, It's a pay to play. All these things are pay to play. Okay?
Of course they are.
Cruelty free, you got to get certified by PETA. Okay, gluten free organization, certification organization. We should make one for coffee. Like,
I think
certified coffee. I don't know, maybe there are, something.
ROA free.
Roll something. Okay. Non-GMO, product verified seal, and then body care standards, Whole Foods. Okay. The Whole Food standards are no joke. Okay. Clean label. There's also a clean label one for cosmetics. Okay. Wow. So those are ones that people who are interested in not smearing, chemicals all over their hands all the time.
It's less than 5,000 parts per million.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. You can eat that.
You can eat that's what.
Because we have absolutely no data.
Residual.
Okay, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the FDA solvent residual standards.
Yes.
That I personally, and this is my own opinion, I consider them bogus.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew that was like I could poke the bear right there.
So that's it, guys. That's kind of the overview of labels, and
those are the requirements of the labels.
Yeah.
And then you've got your own design elements and different things,
Yeah.
but make sure those labels adhere to these guidelines. So come back and use this as a reference. This was awesome.
No,
well
thank
done.
you. Thank you.
I thought that was good. I mean, you covered a ton.
We did.
Well done.
Let me do a quick overview. Okay, just last minute here. Okay, so the main thing is that you guys got to decide, what the regulations are in your state, and then apply those regulations. What Code of Federal Regulations are they going to say? Hey, here's what we're going to hold you to, and then make your labels for that. And that would be my recommendation. Okay, because you have to decide: are you a supplement? Are you a food? Or are you a cosmetic? Are you a cosmetic plus a drug? Or are you a true drug? So all of those different categories really have different requirements, and you really need to think about those when you start to think about what your label is going to look like.
And these labels are really all about consumer packaged goods, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so if you're going from a processor or from a processor to a co-packer or a packer to use it, and it's an in-process thing, you don't need all of these on those labels.
Ingredients. Ingredients have certain labels that are required for ingredients.
And, Well, and when you're doing that, like in our area, you've got to attach the COA, you've got to have the chain of custody, you've got to have all of that, right?
Correct, yeah.
So those are different, but these are really for consumer packaged goods predominantly.
All right, so I hope it helped you guys out.
This was awesome. Yeah. Well done. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Your questions are always helpful. Make sure you talk to Q and Eli and Lucas on the fly here. And it's Q's birthday today, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I know. I sang to him earlier. He laughed.
It is your birthday.
I'm not sure if he laughed because I sang or because of how I sang.
Should we say happy? Why don't you go ahead? You go ahead.
No.
Happy birthday.
Remember our calculator library. The guides are coming. We got mini courses coming.
Oh yeah,
we got
working on those like crazy.
This is good stuff. And next week, all about terpenes.
We've been saying that our mini courses are going to be on for a long time, and okay, April, we are working on them, right? We are, every day we have a whole team working on mini courses. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
That didn't look like a sincere smile.
Oh, there it came.
There
See,
it was.
look at there.
That was good. I like that. See,
Yeah.
that's what we do. But all about terpenes next week, and
terpenes.
These are going to be good mini courses. So we covered a lot today: CBD white label, GMP labeling requirements, all of that. So thank you, and again, congratulations out to Sleepy Eyed Farm as the winner. Thank you, good job, and great show. You did well, and not one table.
No.
Good slides and good comments, man.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
We'll see you next time.
Bye now.
Hot mic.
Are you stuck in your hemp or cannabis business? Are you not reaching your processing goals? Here at ExtractLab, we offer a free 20-minute CBD jam session. A CBD jam session is a conversation with an industry expert, not a sales call. A conversation where you can talk to us about whatever issues you are having right now and where you are stuck. We will help you uncover any issues you are currently having in your business, create a solution to fit your current scale, develop a future scale-up plan based on your needs, and help you make your processing goals a reality, all while getting your business plan back on track. Schedule your free 20-minute CBD jam session at 1-651-600-0036. Again, that number is 1-651-600-0036.